I bought these Cleto Reyes extra padding 16-ounce boxing gloves recently, and I can tell you that they're a little different than the other Cleto Reyes boxing gloves that I have. Let me kind of break it down. You can kind of see from this example here, this is a normal Cleto Reyes boxing glove. This is the extra padding. You can see that they've done more padding extension down here at the bottom. Also, the way that the glove's wrist situation is different. This is a little bit shorter. This is a much longer. I definitely think this is a more comfortable overall boxing glove. These are relatively new. I haven't used these maybe 4 or 5 times, so they're still pretty stiff. These were very stiff when I first got these, so I don't know what type of foam they used in these type of extra padding gloves, but you could definitely tell they were harder up front versus these everywhere. With that being said, though, I was kind of trying to figure out what the situation was with regards to the hand placement or the hand comfortability on the inside of the glove. I will tell you that these were very small when I first got them. I've only used them one time, but even after one time use, I feel like they've opened up and they've allowed more movement in my hand, which is a good thing. So it's starting to fit to my hand. These, on the other hand, I would just be honest, I think they're just perfect out the box, and they only get better once you break these more in. But yeah, this is something that I do notice though, which is, let me show you the Velcro part. All right, so another thing that I noticed was that it felt like because of how the gloves were made, like, let me see. So you can definitely see that this is a little bit longer, right? And you can feel that balance when it comes to throwing it. This is not bad glove, y'all. It's not a bad glove. It's just not as well balanced as this one. And for the price, I would still say go with this if you're using it for sparring at all. And this is pretty okay so far on heavy bag stuff. I'll let you know how it goes long term once I break it in more. But I felt like my hand position, like if you could see this here, it felt at first as if this was a little bit like higher and versus this one where it's at. But now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look any different. I'm gonna put them on my hands and see. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty stark difference when you can see that it's probably about an inch more of extension right here on this particular glove. Another thing to call out too is these red gloves were so shiny versus any of the Cleto Reyes gloves that I got that were the normal gloves. I don't mind that. I've never seen a shiny red glove that like this shiny, so it was pretty interesting. Now, just for the sake of comparison, I threw a 16-ounce Hayabusa glove, a really popular glove that people use when they're training or they're sparring. And you could even see that this glove is still shorter and it's still wider than the Cleto Reyes glove. So these still do have a Cleto Reyes genetic to them. I still think that these are situational. I would never use these for sparring. They're too big and too bulky at the end. But these gloves right here, it felt pretty good on the bag. This is the normal Cleto Reyes glove, and you can kind of see that my wrist, I would say my wrist is like right there. The bottom of my wrist is. So let's get back in here, and you know, it's got more room on the inside, straight up. Also, this extension of the padding is very nice. It's very nice here on my forearm. It's kind of hard to explain, but on this glove right here, I feel like my wrist is a little bit higher where the actual tension strap is at. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just a different design, so it's slightly different. I also will note that the actual, because of the padding, this part of the glove is very tight right now. It's loosened up a slight bit, but I can definitely feel it squeezing like crazy on my hand right now, which I hope that it kind of like, you know, breaks in more. Maybe that's just the way that they use the foam on this one. It goes okay. I would say you can kind of tell too, like even the wrist, the forearm strap it's much stiffer. So however, or whatever foam they're using on this glove is not the same as that foam, or if that's what it feels like. This just feels stiffer, like a very stiff glove. All right, so the glove's on me, and you can see how it's fitting. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on this and show you guys versus the black glove. Yeah, just putting these on, they feel perfect. These feel like $260 gloves. Like, these feel great, amazing. I don't think I'd recommend anybody buying these. Now that I'm trying these out, and I've used them for a workout, and I've been trying to work them. They're just better from the get-go. And obviously the difference is that the padding on this is not as optimized as on that one, but from a comfortability standpoint, and I got pretty big hands, you know, these are just perfect, man. Like, I really love these gloves. I love these gloves. These I'm gonna work these in, and I'll give you guys an update. So come back and check out the channel later on to see if a month or two, if I'm liking these gloves better. They'll definitely be my gym bag gloves, because I'm not taking these to punch random, bags at the gym. They're too nice. But those right here, I'll probably just use these for whatever and abuse them. This right here is to show you the difference between the two glove lengths, so you guys can see it. The extra padding Cleto Reyes on this side, it's a little bit shorter than the Cleto Reyes on the side. You can also see, look at that gray, where that padding is on the black glove versus where that line is on the red extra padding gloves. It's much smaller. So the design of the actual foam layout, I think the foam used is different. The insides feel a lot stiffer for right now, and overall it does feel different. It feels hard, very hard, and so we'll see if that breaks down over time. But this is kind of a clear picture right here of the two differences between these two gloves, as how they fit on my arm, how they fit around my forearm, and also just the overall flexibility of it. Let me see if I can do this type of a breakdown. So you can see right here on the edge, look at that. You see how much extra padding that's got? That's what we're talking about here. This is going to be used for my hand protection. If I want to hit hard, I want to hit bags that suck, that aren't really that good, I'll probably go with these. I think these are leaning more so towards the Hayabusa protection model, and these right here are definitely just more so for like overall sparring and training use, which I still, like I said, I prefer. So if I were to talk about openings, it's okay. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's about all I got. So again, 264, 2 something. I will go with these if I was going to spend that much money, because these feel like amazing. These feel, I don't want to say cheap, but they don't feel as quality, as comfortable as these. These just feel different. Now they smell good. They got a really good leather smell. Yeah, these smell way more like leather, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe this has just been sitting for a long time, and it's just stiffened up. And so, like I told you, like and subscribe, and I'll give you an update in a few months about how these go. So let's see. So what I decided to do is show you guys the padding real quick too. This padding is stiffer, much stiffer. It's different padding. It's not the same foam at all. This doesn't feel anything like their other glove here, which has a very soft, very cushy pattern. And also you can see how big that square is versus how big this square is, which is not as big here, but it's stiffer, man.